At 1, it's BMW right there at the top of the pile with the fantastic 3 Series Convertible. The cabriolet version may not have been revised like the other models in the 3 Series range, but this offers an excellent combination of all the attributes a driver really wants for open-top motoring.
Hooray! At last, a BMW bike. Mind you, it'll still set you back 2,100 quid. Now, let me just press this button here. Now, if you reckon that BMW is a little underpowered, driven as it is by these 2 knotted pieces of string I call legs, then this BMW certainly isn't, because it's powered by a new 3-litre engine available throughout their range, but we've decided to test it in this 3 Series Cabriolet. For the simple reason you can still experience the same wind in your hair as on the bike, if not wind on your knees.
Even though they've had to add the heavy strengthening to the open version, the 6-cylinder engines are powerful enough to give sufficient power under the pedal to give enjoyment on the open road, with good acceleration, pin-sharp handling, and the refinement that comes as second nature to BMW. This has to be unbeatable if you're looking for quality cabriolet motoring.
One characteristic you'd expect to find in nearly all of the bigger 4-seater convertibles is scuttle shake. No, it's not a 70s disco dance, it's actually to do with the rigidity of the car. Think about it, you chop the roof off, that's a big old lump of tin that used to be there to brace it, and as a result, without it, the whole thing can twist and shake, which makes it very difficult for the suspension to cope. Well, in this, they've actually improved it by 20% over the previous convertible, which is already pretty good, so it's not at all bad. That said, there's no way is it ever going to be as good as the tin top, coupe or saloon.
The 3 Series is practical as well, as it seats 4 comfortably. The middle rear is a bit of a squeeze, and with the roof up, you can shove the roof container out of the way to make decent luggage space.
And here's something really clever. In any soft top, you're going to lose a bit of boot space, because when the top itself is down, it's got to go somewhere, and usually they cut into your boot space area, so we lose a bit here, and that's the case with the BMW. But, and this is where it's clever, if you're going to leave your top up and you're going away, you want to put a few suitcases in it, lift this lever, push it here, compress that space, and voila, we have more boot space. Clever. In fact, this could be said to be one of your few chances to please everybody in life. For the show-off in you, well, it's a convertible, isn't it? Drop top. For the family man or woman, it's a 4-seater. Very practical. For the accountant, BMW convertibles hold their value very well. For the driver, well, it's rear-wheel drive with that fantastic new 3-litre engine, a real peach. For the snob, well, it's a BMW badge, isn't it? That said, it's not perfect, because it can't be said to be class-leading in every one of those fields, but it is quite probably the best compromise. And life is, after all, about compromise. Otherwise, Einstein would have been born looking like Marilyn Monroe.
The roof is really thick and snug-fitting, and you get a decent glass window, not a nasty, scratchy plastic one. And you get good kit for your money.
BMW bang on about their cars being driver's car and rear-wheel drive being the best thing for real drivers. But the other important point is sitting in the cabin, everything's aimed at me. Literally, everything's pointing at me, the driver. I'm the important one. Down on the fascia in the center console, everything's aimed at me. Even the steering wheel is specially for me. I've got special controls for everything, and it looks and feels great. I feel important.
As with all cabriolets, it's always best to buy in the winter when few need them and sell in the summer when demand is high. Do watch where you park, as thieves think these cars are easy to break into, and Bob's your uncle. Enjoy your wind in the hair experience.